welcome to the deep dive. So you're here because you want to speed up your personal growth. Yeah. Figure out how to get ahead faster. We definitely get that. And today, we're diving into a source that's maybe a bit unexpected for this kind of insight.
Oh, go on.
It's actually a social media video from Snaptic, user called Santunb.
Okay.
And the file name is snaptic749313070342911173.mp4 if you want to look it up. But the interesting thing is, Tintunb's focus is actually, kiddo,
which translates to
something like transforming your life with online clothing.
Right, online clothing. So quite specific.
Exactly. But within that context, this Coach B lays out these three core habits they claim will guarantee rapid growth. Help you outperform others.
Okay, that is intriguing. Taking principles from, selling clothes online and applying them more broadly.
Yeah. So our mission for this deep dive is basically to unpack those three habits, see what's behind them, explore them a bit, and think about how they might actually, impact your journey, listener.
Sounds good. It's always interesting when these sort of fundamental ideas pop up in different fields. Makes you think about what really drives progress. So where do we start? What's the first habit?
Okay, habit number 1, according to Coach B, is basically act first, then think and fix later.
Act first, fix later. Got it.
The core idea is pretty simple. Just start. Don't wait until everything's perfect. Get going, take action, and then refine things as you learn from actually doing it.
Right, which goes against that common tendency, doesn't it? That feeling of needing the perfect plan before you even take step one.
Totally. We all get stuck there sometimes.
Yeah.
Analysis paralysis, right? Waiting for the perfect moment.
Exactly. And the video points out that this waiting game means you miss out. You miss the learning that only happens when you're actually in the thick of it.
Yeah, that hesitation, wanting everything lined up.
Yeah.
But B says the real learning, the best feedback, comes from that real-world action. You do something, you see what happens, you adjust.
It's that feedback loop. It's immediate. And probably more valuable, in many cases, than spending weeks just theorizing.
Absolutely. So by starting sooner, even if it's messy, you're getting that data, those learning opportunities, way before someone who's still polishing their plan.
It makes sense. Like learning to swim. You can read about buoyancy forever, but eventually you gotta jump in the water, right? Flail around a bit, figure it out.
Good analogy. And that really connects to why you, the listener, are probably tuning in wanting to gain knowledge quickly, but also effectively. This habit suggests the fast track isn't always more planning, sometimes it's just doing.
You dive in, you quickly see what works, what doesn't. You course correct faster. So yeah, potentially much quicker progress than waiting for flawless.
Embracing the messiness of learning, almost.
Yeah, learning as an active thing, experimenting, adapting, not just sitting back and absorbing, which leads nicely into the second habit, actually.
Okay. What's habit number 2?
It's never stop self-improvement.
Right. The fun moment that tingamos kaya never stop developing yourself. This feels super relevant today, doesn't it? Everything changes so fast.
It really does. And then DMB puts it quite starkly.
Which means
Basically, if you stop learning, you're effectively moving backward.
wow, okay. So standing still isn't really an option. In a fast world, it's like falling behind.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Relative to everyone else who is still learning and growing, stagnation is decline.
And so kind of B gets practical here too, right? They mention specific things like Tanya, kun kaya, nakang kucharatan, yana kanakan.
Yeah, so reading lots of books, listening to lots of podcasts, attending training, and constantly, regularly experimenting with new things.
Sounds like our listeners, honestly. Always seeking out new info, new perspectives.
Absolutely. And I like the mix there. It's not just formal stuff like training, it's podcasts, it's reading. Crucially, it's that experimenting piece again, trying new things.
Next, back to habit 1, the act first idea.
Exactly. It's learning through doing, through trying. So every book, every podcast, every workshop, every little experiment
becomes a chance to get ahead, according to Tintunb, a chance to level up.
And for someone interested in those aha moments, those new insights, this habit is all about continuously creating the conditions for them to happen. It's about cultivating that growth mindset, isn't it? Believing you can develop, that it's not fixed.
That's a great way to put it. It's fundamental to embracing lifelong learning, which, again, transitions us quite naturally to the third habit.
Okay, let's hear it. Habit number 3.
Think like an owner, not an employee.
That's think like an owner, not like hired help. And then B apparently flags this one as extremely important.
Yeah, seems to be a big one for them. And interestingly, they say it applies whether you are an employee or you run your own thing. It's about the mindset.
Right, it's not about your job title. It's about how you approach things. Why is it so valued, according to the source?
Well, and Peak Eye says, meaning, meaning owners, bosses, leaders, they like people who think this way. They'll promote them, support them.
That makes intuitive sense, actually. Someone thinking like an owner cares about the bigger picture, the overall success, not just, clocking in and doing their assigned tasks.
Exactly. And the video breaks down what that looks like. It's not just waiting for instructions.
So stop waiting for orders. What else?
It's about actively spotting problems. And not just spotting them, but looking for solutions, being decisive, taking responsibility for the outcomes, creating opportunities, not just reacting to them.
Okay, so it's a much more proactive stance. Seeing a problem and thinking, how can we fix this? Or what's the opportunity here? Rather than, that's not my job.
Precisely. Initiative, ownership, contribution beyond the basic job description. It's about adding value because you feel invested, like an owner would.
And the potential long-term benefit.
According to BindDB, it's pretty significant.
이거 can how go cool what get him back good.
Meaning,
one day you'll become the kind of leader that people actually want to follow. You build those leadership qualities by acting with that ownership mentality now.
that's powerful and really relevant for you, listener. Maybe if you're prepping for a meeting or just trying to get up to speed in your field. This mindset encourages you to engage proactively, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Don't just show up. Look for the challenges, suggest solutions, take ownership. Be a key player, not just filling a seat.
So let's recap quickly. The 3 habits from My Tornipi, the online clothing expert.
Right. Act first, fix later.
Never stop self-improvement.
And think like an owner, not an employee.
And the claim is having these 3 guarantees, basically rapid growth, you'll outperform others no matter your starting point.
It's definitely a bold claim, a strong guarantee. It is. But it provides a clear framework, doesn't it? 3 concrete things to focus on.
Simple principles, but you can see how applying them consistently could really compound over time, lead to significant change.
Yeah, definitely food for thought. So as we wrap up, here's something to maybe mull over. Thinking about these 3 habits, acting first, continuous learning, owner mindset, and remembering they came from someone focused on, well, transforming lives via online clothing.
An unexpected source, as you said.
Exactly. How might these principles apply in your world, listener, in your specific work, your interests, your life? Are there maybe some surprising ways you could use them?
And maybe consider which one resonates most right now. Is it the call to action, the need for learning, or the shift in mindset?
Yeah, which one feels most relevant or perhaps most challenging for you at this moment? And what could that tell you about your own path to growth? Definitely something to ponder.